positively speaking, I'm not sure there's any other self-progression tip that gets talked about as much as waking up early. Whether you realize it or not, it is probably the most important self-progression tip. So no better way to start the day off by waking up early. Only kind of not, because I'm not gonna lie, I did not sleep very well at all last night. And so we can also call that the other self-progression tip. Get good sleep if you want to have a good day. I'm gonna be running on fumes today. It's kind of the vibe I'm feeling. Oh, no fetching chance. See, part of the reason why I wake up early is there's not a lot of people around. But like I said, I didn't wake up as early as I would have wanted to. Oh, there are kids everywhere. Oh, bro. Oh, jeez. Oh, geez. Yo, they making potholes so big nowadays. All right, we've got to find an alternative route, if you know what I'm saying. I think the really big next best self-improvement thing is going to be honestly just running. There's no better way to start a day than to accomplish something, and I feel like running is something that is hard for me. It's kind of a challenge for me, and so I feel like it's just going to get me off on the right foot, kind of set me on a path of progression for the rest of my day. The other thing is I like to do sprints. So I think it's 7 seconds of sprints, a little like 3-second break of walking, and then another 7 seconds of sprints. You keep doing this for like 20 sets. You're building testosterone like in insane amounts, more so than a lot of those testosterone building tips out there. So kind of a little life hack for you. Sprints are definitely very, very good. Makes you feel like a man. Oh my gosh. This is probably one of the hardest self-progression tips that is out there, that is floating around in the internet. It is definitely beneficial. I think there's actually so many benefits, like things like it helps with muscle soreness, kind of takes that away if you're feeling nice and sore. I personally don't mind being sore, but also it does things like it boosts your immune system. It's going to boost your adrenaline, kind of get your blood flowing a little bit. This is a perfect replacement for coffee. I don't believe you should drink coffee. I think you should do what I'm about to do, which is a cold shower. Self-progression is not easy, my friends. Now, for the most part, everything in my morning routine, everything like that is completely finished. There are a couple other things I could have added, like meditation, things like that. That's not typically things that I do, but I know are very helpful if you have things like anxiety and stress, things like that. Me personally, I don't worry too much about that. Honestly, everything I've done today, absolutely essential. I think these are the core things that you need in everybody's day. So I woke up at 7. I probably woke up at about 7. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning, had to hurry and set up camera angles, things like that. So it kind of switched my time frame around a little bit. I wanted to wake up at 5. That's typically what I would do. But recently I've been more focused on making sure that I get 8 hours of sleep. And so if I get to bed late or if I can't sleep, then that kind of impacts the way my day goes. The run, that's again something completely out of the usual, but I want to make a habit of it. I think it's absolutely essential for everybody if they want to try a couple of different new things. The next really big thing was, of course, I had to go and do some day-to-day things, but then I came home and I worked out. My workouts are typically no more than 30 to 45 minutes. Again, my metabolism's fast. I don't want to lose more weight than I need to, but again, it's more of a mental workout. That's very important for me. The cold shower was awesome. I feel really energized. I feel excited, and I feel like I have a lot more motivation to take on the rest of my day. So absolutely, if you struggle with building that motivation, things like that, a cold shower is going to be absolutely essential. Dressing up, getting ready, making sure your teeth are clean, making sure your skin's clear, right? Everything like that. Now, again, I'm not perfect at any of these things. In fact, I'm far off. There are people who do things way better than me.
But these are things that I'm trying to make a habit of, and I have been making a habit of with a couple of these things for the past 2 years since I've been home from my mission, almost 2 years. And they've changed every single thing about my life, every aspect. I'll see you guys tonight. It is absolutely beautiful. I don't know, it's almost unreal to think that God would give us such a beautiful place to live, to dwell, to learn, to grow, to become. I don't know. You can't just look at the city lights and the rain ahead and the sunset and not wonder, like, how on earth there could not be a God, you know? Again, I think there's no better thing to focus on than God right now. The main reason why I wanted to film tonight, I wasn't aware that it was going to be this pretty, first of all, but this is one of my favorite places to go to think and to really counsel with myself and with God, to find ways that I can grow, progress, you know, just like I said, right? I think the last tip to self-progression that I think really can change, honestly, anything about everything is I guess an evaluation. I learned this from Jordan Peterson a while back, probably about this time last year when I was trying to figure out my life after kind of getting back from my mission. And Jordan Peterson talks about how every single night you should evaluate how you did that day and how you're going to change the following day. Like one thing you want to improve. We can be 100 times better by the end of the year if we just improve one thing every single day. And I think it's something that we forget to do so often. One thing I think I want to improve, and actually it's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and kind of a little story to go along with it is, there was a time when after I'd gotten my job straight back from my mission, it was a sales job. I took that job because I thought it would be the best for progression. And after several months, I had accomplished all these goals. I had accomplished all these things I wasn't sure I was capable of accomplishing. I think it was probably within the last 2 weeks of me working there, I met a guy, and one of my favorite things to do in sales was ask what they did for work, how they got there, what inspired them to do those things, kind of the same thing as I would do on the mission. And this guy was a very random contact. It was very short, and the guy was just talking to me. He's like, "Oh, this is really cool what you're doing. You're really good at what you're doing. You're good at talking. You're very personable." He was telling me that he was a hedge fund investor. This guy is probably a multi-millionaire. He's got all this money. I asked him, I said, what advice would you give someone like me? I'm trying to figure out my life, trying to get things going, and I know I don't want to work here forever. And he says, honestly, and this is the last thing he said to me, it really stuck out, the only advice I can give you is to read the scriptures and pray every single day. And he says, and if you can do that, then everything else in your life will fall into place. I want to carry that on every single day. I've been horrible at doing that, absolutely horrible. But I know that the Lord blesses us if we just seek His guidance, and if we study His words, and if we counsel with Him often. If I'm being completely honest, we are not capable of progressing without that. And so what I want to focus on tomorrow is prayer and scripture study. And tomorrow's a great day to do that because it is the Sabbath. And I know that's going to change, honestly, the rest of my life if I can keep that habit strong. Anyways, my name is Gabriel Bowman. I'm so thankful that you guys clicked on this video, first of all. If it was recommended to you, then clearly you're in the right place. You're trying to change your lives, and you're trying to accomplish many goals. And so my only advice for everybody is just to subscribe. I'd love to see you guys stick around. You guys don't even have to think about it later. I'm trying to run a business or start a business called A Quick Reset for people who are struggling with addiction, who are trying to set goals and make some major changes in their lives. And this is where it all starts. So please leave a like, subscribe, comment if you want to see any other future videos. And I will see you guys in the next video.